T&D Sports, an exclusive video broadcast.
T&D Sports Video presents the Nassau-Suffolk Catholic High School Girls Athletic Association Girls Basketball A Finals. Hi, everyone, and welcome to St. Joseph's College right here in Patchogue, New York, for our A Final. My name is Mike Trezor, joined by Locust Valley girls coach Mike Guidone. And Mike, let's talk about this Sacred Heart team. This is a team that had a rough beginning to their season, but they're getting their act together and getting on a roll right at the right time in this A division of the Catholic League.
Absolutely, Mike. You know, younger team, beginning of the year for everybody, there's always that feeling out process, but based on their results and just from the eye test, you can see right now they are starting to gel. They come into this game with a lot of confidence, and Bob Speck always has his teams ready.
And their spotlight player is Maggie Miller, number 12, as you look at their roster on your screen. She is a captain, Mike, and she's the undisputed leader of this team on both sides of the ball. A big impact on both sides against Kellenberg in the semi.
Absolutely. Any kind of impact player now, there's no such thing as just a shooter or just a dribble. You got to do it on both sides of the court, especially here late in the season, and she's done that. Number 12, Maggie Miller, for Sacred Heart, and really, like you said, the undisputed leader of their team.
Let's talk about St. Dominic's. Coach Paul Bianco, now in his third year, has this team on top, the number 1 seed. They're a really, really balanced team, Mike. They get scoring from wherever.
They've done just a great job, Coach Bianco, the last couple of years, getting them from just a surprise team to now, like you said, really, really balanced on both sides. Can shoot it, can get it inside, can pressure you a little bit. It's going to be a tough test for Sacred Heart.
And for St. Dominic, their spotlight player, you take a look at her on your screen. She's headed to Salisbury U next year, number 15, Mia Padula.
Padula, again, a threat all over. Can shoot it, can bring it up, defend, has good size, just great basketball IQ. One of those players, again, in this time of the season that you're going to rely on for everything on and off the court.
St. Dominic's Bayhawks 17-1, the very top seed. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with all the action right after this, right here on T&D Sports Video.
Experience. Trusted. Proven. Excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production. The industry standard. T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Let's talk about the coaching matchup, Mike. As I mentioned to you, St. Dominic's coach Paul Bianco, now in his third year at the helm. And for Sacred Heart, it's Bob Speck, who's officially in his 5th year at Sacred Heart, but 28 years he's been coaching there at Sacred Heart Academy.
Yeah, he's an institution there. Everyone on Long Island, all coaches, players know him, respect him really well. And as we mentioned before, you have to give a lot of credit to Coach Paul Bianco at St. Dom's. They struggled for a while. He's come in. He's completely turned the program around. A lot of juice, a lot of buzz, both the girls and the boys programs.
Let's throw it down to our PA announcer, John Santa Maria, for the intros.
For today's Nassau-Suffolk Catholic High School Athletic Association Girls A Division Varsity Basketball Championship game featuring the Sacred Heart Spartans and the St. Dominic Spayhawks. Fans at this time would like to ask everybody to please rise and put ourselves in the presence of God for our opening prayer tonight. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Strong and faithful God, as we come together for this contest, we ask that you bless these athletes, keep you safe from injury and harm, instill them respect for each other, and reward them for their perseverance. Lead us all to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever, amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. At this time, we'd like to ask everybody to please remain standing and remove your caps as we honor America and those who serve to protect and with the flying of our national anthem. And now it's time to meet the starters for this afternoon's game. First, for the Sacred Heart Spartans. At guard, the sophomore, number 4, Sophia Bernard. At guard, the freshman, number 5, Charlotte St. John. At guard, the senior, number 12,
So we mentioned our two spotlight players in our opening mic for Sacred Heart Academy. It's Maggie Miller. She averages about 13 points a game. And for St. Dominic's, it's Mia Padula, a senior, a leader, also averaging about 12 a game.
Especially for Sacred Heart, Maggie Miller as a senior on such a younger team. They're going to look to her early here. You can play all the games you want during the year, but that senior leadership in the playoffs, especially in a championship game on a neutral court, is so important.
You see the fans still filing in here at St. Joseph's Patchogue. A little tough for parents to get out here at 4 o'clock on a Monday game, Mike. So I expect this crowd to continue to proliferate throughout the first half.
Absolutely, but a good excuse to take a couple hours off, a half day, but beautiful facility here on the campus. My team played here a couple of times. I've scouted some games here. Just a great atmosphere.
The John Danzy Center is the name of the building, and as you mentioned, it is one of the nicer D2 colleges in the area.
Yeah, they've done a great job here of just improving the entire campus.
It's going to be Crobette to tip it off against Honorado. Honorado, the only forward. She drives to the basket immediately, misses the shot. Rebound is fought for. St. John is after it for Sacred Heart, and St. John is going to control.
Good sign for Sacred Heart there. Came out man-to-man, forced a tough shot, got the defensive rebound, tied the ball up.
Charlotte St. John, just a freshman, but she had a big game against Kellenberg with 16 in that game, Mike.
Absolutely. Full court pressure here now.
Kicked ball, that's going to stay with Sacred Heart. Kaz DeLillo, one of our officials. You see him down there on the baseline. One of the real deans of officials here on the island.
Without a doubt.
Coiro. Tight D on her. Now the ball comes up top. On the drive is St. John. She can't hit the shot, but keeps it alive. Now it's going back the other way with Honorado. Drive straight to the hoop and in.
You can see already St. Dom's looking to push the issue here early on with the easy basket.
Mia Padula, our spotlight player, puts it in for the first score of the game. Sacred Heart looking to get on the board. Shot is blocked by Honorado. Padula on the drive again, and her shot is blocked inside.
Good transition defense from Sacred Heart, but you can see, Mike, here on this play, St. Dom's pushing the ball. Padula looks to take it to the middle. Everyone collapses. Good defensive play.
Maggie Miller with the shot block. Scrambled for it on the baseline. Sacred Heart controls. Into the corner it goes. Coiro. Now up top, St. John. Couple dribbles to her right. Now has to give it up. Crobette swings it left side for Menard. Menard from the wing for three. That shot was partially blocked.
Shot clock running down, had to force it there with 5 seconds.
Sicoli gives it up. Padula. Shot from the right wing won't go. Controlled by Himmelstein, who turns it over. St. John looks to drive and banks it home.
Excellent offense right there from Sacred Heart in transition. Didn't have to worry about the press or the trap.
2-2 score early on. Padula looks to shake free. Now dishes inside Honorado. Back outside. Padula on the drive. Banks it in and gets the foul.
Strong drive. The N1 here early. Gives them an early 4-2 lead with a chance for the three-point play. You see, good kick to the middle. Shot fake, got her off her feet. That middle drive for Padula has been money so far. Makes the play the hoop and the home.
You mentioned, Mike, Padula trying to force the issue early.
Yeah, she's trying to establish herself, and it's really imperative for Sacred Heart, Mike, to try to get defensive rebounds, cause turnovers, because off of made baskets, St. Thomas presses up so strong.
Scramble for it underneath after the missed free throw. St. John controls. Dishes off to Cairo. Here's Maggie Miller. She's stripped as she goes to the basket, but we've got a foul called by official DeLillo.
So Maggie says I can do you one better. I'll come down. I'll drive the middle as well. Get myself on the line. Try to tie the game here right now. You can see, Mike, both teams kind of feeling each other out.
Miller at the line. Nothing but net on the first.
Solid, calm stroke.
Seven for her against Kellenberg, but did have 4 steals as well that day.
Not an easy task against a tough Kellenberg team. Sacred Heart's going to retain possession underneath.
Menard is going to trigger it in. Looks to get it up top and does. St. John now to Coiro. It's guarded tightly, gives it up. Crobet dishes inside. Miller. Swing pass to the other side. Crobet can't hit the 3, and it's controlled by St. Dom's.
Suffocating defense there by St. Dom's leads to the bad shot.
Honorado dribbles to her right, now gives it up. It was Knox who took the ball inside and took the contact.
Mike, you can see so far kind of a tale of 2 defenses here. Both teams playing solid man-to-man, but St. Dom's is really suffocating, giving Sacred Heart a tough time running any kind of offense. St. Dom's having a little easier time on the offensive end, being able to run their stuff. Surprised that wasn't a 2 going up, but good call on the floor.
Foul goes on Coiro. That's her first on the team. Nice dish inside to Honorado.
Little easy there underneath. I'm sure Bob Speck's not happy about that one.
6-3, Dom's up early. Here's a near turnover. Ball is free. Now they do turn it over. Zaccoli. Himmelstein is grabbed on the way to the hoop, and we've got a foul called.
Actually, I believe they called a held ball there, Mike. Coach Bianco was looking for a foul, didn't get it, but they're still able to set up their pressure here.
Miller puts it inbound, now brings it up herself.
Little different look, a little 2-2-1 there.
Crobet dribbles around right side. Menard thought about popping from the baseline, instead gets it up top. Shot is off the mark, and it's going back to St. Dom.
St. Dom's is probably not happy that they're only up 3, but for Sacred Heart, they got to be pleased because they've thrown up some tough shots here, and halfway through the quarter, still in the game.
4 minutes to go, first quarter. Zaccoli on the drive, left-handed bank shot, no good.
Nice drive, found the lane, but didn't finish.
Menard looks inside, gives it up outside, Crobet. Good hands by Himmelstein, who slaps it away.
St. Dominic's doing a great job, Mike, of cutting off the middle and still retaining that pressure on the outside. Really hard, really very difficult here for Sacred Heart to run any kind of offense.
St. John gets it into Miller. Miller looking for space. Menard has it taken away. Pocket pick by Honorado.
Good hands.
Himmelstein thought about it from the baseline. Ball goes inside. Honorado banks it.
Sacred Heart missed an assignment there. They found the open player, scored, and go up 5 now.
Miller swings it right side. Nice basket that time by Forgione, who's in off the bench.
Great back cut, paying dividends already Solid player right there, senior. You can see she settled the offense down.
Forgione and Celeste Lyle back in for Coach Beck.
Very physical perimeter defense, Mike.
Padula takes it inside, takes a hard hit.
Official Carl Small right there. You can see on the perimeter, a lot of hands. Once they get by, though, help came. 3 people smothered, but certainly a foul going up.
Foul goes on St. John. That's her first, third on the team. So Padula now at the line for 2. Can't hit the first, she'll get another.
St. Dom's, I'm sure, looking to at least get this second one here, be able to set up their pressure. Anytime they can make Sacred Heart have to work to get the ball over, then there's little time to even run any kind of offense.
Padula smooth on the second, she gets it down.
Oh, they're going to pull it off.
Miller looks left side for St. John, now back outside Crobet. On the drive is Miller, and she picks up contact on her way to the rack.
Fantastic job there by Maggie Miller. You see on the replay, patient, takes the screen, doesn't use it, goes left, got the bump. Just when things look to be breaking down, she takes the ball in her hands and says, let me do it.
Himmelstein draws the foul. Miller at the line, good on the first.
St. Dom's pulled the pressure off there on that possession.
Good on 2 of 2.
Mike, it's so overstated, but you know what? If you can make your free throws, it just keeps you in games. Such a lost art. I can tell you, from my standpoint this year, it was a killer for my team. Free throws are just gold.
Shaughnessy into the game for Sacred Heart for the first time. Nice dish inside to Honorado, puts it home.
St. Dom's doing a great job of finding the open man on the weak side. Sacred Heart just a step late on their help.
Beautiful dish by Achelanu, who's now in for St. Dom's. Lyle directs traffic, behind the back dribble. Gets it in for Gion. Tries to find someone in the middle. Now that ball's taken away, Honorado. Drives the lane, shot's too strong. Second chance goes.
That's why you always follow up 3-on-1. Forced a tough shot, but 2 rebounders there.
Riley Zaccoli with that basket. St. Dom's by half a dozen, approaching the 1-minute mark in the first quarter. Sacred Heart works it around. Now the ball's stolen, Zaccoli. Nice basket by Marlo Knox.
Really critical right here, Mike, for Sacred Heart to get a good, solid possession. No turnovers. At least run the clock down. See if you can get a shot. Keep this within striking range.
Look at that D once again by Padula.
Very physical. Not handsy, but physical on the outside. Sacred Heart can't get anything. They got finally 1 to the free throw line there on the last possession, but then had it ultimately stolen on the perimeter. Great job, St. Dominic.
Here's a deep 3 from Miller. That shot's no good. Battle for it along the far sideline is going to go to St. Dom.
Little impatience right there. You'll see it. Here's the steal in the earlier possession. Got great position on the offense. Could have been a push off, but good no call right there, and she finishes strong.
Down to 25 seconds in the first. Corner 3 is no good.
St. Dominic's, Mike, had no intention of holding for 1. They were going 2 for 1 right there. Quick shot. Good box out positioning by Sacred Heart caused the foul. 17.8 seconds left I'm sure Sacred Heart's looking to hold for one, try to get something inside out if possible.
Achelanu picks up that foul, her first. Each team with 4 now. Forgione stops in the lane. Banker no good. Back the other way is Padula.
Pulls up.
Shot's no good. And that's the way the first quarter is going to end. So after 1 quarter of play, St. Dominic's leads Sacred Heart 15-7. We'll step away. Be back with much more right after this. Pumps it inside to Kieran. Kieran launches the three. She hits. Robinson looks for help. Priester drives, banks it home. And that's going to do it. Sacred Heart with a convincing 10-point victory.
Williams stops the key. Williams attacks right, spins, kicks it out. Chris Williams fakes, drives, and throws it down! Chris Williams with the right hand. View drives baseline, stops, kicks it out. Taylor left corner three. Bottom! Big time delivery from James Taylor Jr. Moore at half court, poised for the tie! No good! And St. John the Baptist is moving on to the championship.
Pumps it inside to Kieran. Kieran launches the three. She hits. Robinson looks for help. Priester drives, banks it home. And that's going to do it. Sacred Heart with a convincing second quarter underway here in this A final from St. Joseph's. Mike Trezor, Mike Adone on hand to bring it to you. St. Dom's in the white on the floor for each loose ball, but it's going to go to Sacred Heart.
Great defensive possession there to start the quarter for Sacred Heart. Perimeter pressure, cut it off to the inside, no weak side adjustment there for St. Dom's. Sacred Heart gets rewarded with the ball.
St. John, nice dish inside in the lane. And we've got a travel. Basket will not count.
A little bit of a juggle with the ball. Took an extra step. I know Bob Speck's not happy about that call as I'm taking a look.
Would have been nice to get an and one right
it's
there.
Absolutely, especially after a great defensive stop.
Trying to find Achelanu in the lane, and instead they turn it over.
2 good stops right there. Let's see what Sacred Heart does now.
Lyle, again, nice dish to Forgione. She can't make it count. Offensive board. Stick back won't go for Forgione.
Still a great sign, though, for Sacred Heart, Mike, keeping the ball alive, getting a second chance opportunity. They've got to convert on those first ones. If not, if they get a second, they have to go, or else they could fall behind here quickly in this quarter. But as we mentioned, the defense in that first 2 possessions looked really solid.
Honorado's back in, replaces Juncust, who gave him a couple minutes.
St. Dom's spreading the court, going 5 out.
Here's the shot from Padula. That shot won't go, but offensive board to Honorado. Padula gives it up right baseline to Coley. Her 3 won't fly.
Another offensive board, though, Mike.
Honorado dishes off to Himmelstein. Himmelstein banks it in with the left.
Tried to find the help there, didn't. Himmelstein under control. Didn't have to kick it out and finishes strong.
Double-digit lead now for St. Dom's, 17-7. Again, tight defense. Miller gets tripped, and she's going to step to the line.
St. Dom's looking for a double dribble on the outside. No such luck. Strong drive here. Bump. Thought it might be on the floor, but they did give it to her in the act of shooting. Almost like a free timeout here for Bob Speck to talk to his players and settle them down.
Miller at the line. Good on the first. Miller, a cool customer, trying to find a way, Mike, to keep her team in this game early.
Seems every time they need a shot or a drive to the basket, she's the one with the ball.
Can't hit the second one. Honorado boards. Gives it off Padula. Padula, as we mentioned, looking to force the action in the lane just a little bit early. Himmelstein now backs it out against St. John. Honorado leaves it left corner for Achelanu. Her shot's way off the mark, and it's boarded by Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart very happy that to give up those outside shots. St. Dom's has not found the range yet.
We've got to travel.
Yeah.
St. John tried to make the quick move, left the ball behind.
Yeah, that's what we call happy feet, unfortunately. Marlo Knox, solid player. Charlotte St. John there for Sacred Heart, just a little quick on the drive.
Up top it goes Padula, nice look inside. Achelanu again off the mark, and it's boarded by St. John.
St. Dom's went a little different that time. Instead of the 5-out, attacked the middle, got a good shot.
Crobet on the drive, shot won't go, gets her own, but is pickpocketed by Honorado.
Honorado's doing incredible work on the boards.
Corner three won't go from Himmelstein, but Honorado keeps it alive again. Padula, her shot's no good. Offensive board by Achelanu.
These just exhaust you on defense, giving up offensive rebound after offensive rebound.
From the right wing, Zaccoli for three.
Finally, they get one to drop. Quick timeout there. You can see here, Mike, that finally St. Dom's gets one to drop. They had had a number of wing and corner threes that didn't draw any iron, finally from the top. You see here, Paul Bianco called timeout, wanted to set up his defense. Has to feel good, though, up 12 without any shots really even falling.
Yeah. You know, we talked about the matchup between these two. Sacred Heart lost at home big early in the season, came back, and the second matchup gave St. Dom's all they wanted, only losing by 4, which tells me that Coach Speck and his staff have done a nice job of coaching those freshmen, and they're starting to gel a little bit at the right time.
Absolutely, and also, you know, the sign of a great coaching staff the second time. I'm sure they adjusted the game plan, came out. But as we mentioned in the opening, you know, these courts, these college courts, even though this is a little bit smaller, it kind of equalizes a lot of things. The shooting for St. Dom's, you can see they can hit shots, but they had a little trouble. It's just a different perspective, but they are up 12 here. Super important right here for Sacred Heart to get a good possession, not give up any kind of turnovers or anything. It looks like St. Dom's is going to fall back. Still going man-to-man.
Miller will bring it up. 4 minutes left to go in the half. St. John on the drive. Has her shot slapped away.
Outstanding help there.
Padula loses it on the way to the rack. There's a shot block that time.
Number 1, Lyle with the great play. Another steal.
Back the other way, Padula. Into the left corner, Himmelstein looks inside for Knox. Zaccoli, baseline jumper, no good. 3:20 left in the half. Here's a turnover. Nice look to Riley Zaccoli, and Zaccoli's going to step to the line.
The faster the pace, it's going to just really help St. Dominic's. You can see 3-on-1. They have a tendency, Mike, every time there's a steal on the perimeter, they're getting out 4-on-2, 3-on-1, and it's leading to either a basket or free throws.
St. John with her second foul as Zaccoli, the only sophomore in this lineup for Coach Bianco, transferred in from John Glenn.
Nice to have a player of that size, young, and getting some valuable minutes here in a championship game.
Can't get the second one, but Honorado, offensive board.
How many times have you called her name tonight, Mike, so far on the boards, offense and steals as well?
She's been active. Padula has to give it up. Zaccoli, smooth stroke.
Padula, fantastic decision making right there. Drove middle, had help, kicked it back, and we're going to get a timeout for Sacred Heart.
Coach Bob Speck.
Great look, as we mentioned, Mike, right here. Little foul line jumper. St. Dom's now finding the range against Sacred Heart's defense on the help. Instead of kicking for threes, now we're getting some foul line jumpers, and you can see it's a 15-point game.
Coach Bianco, you see him on your screen right there. In his third year at the helm at St. Dominic, and is really, we talked about it off the air, Mike, he really has turned this program around quickly. Their #1 seed, and also the boys program has really emerged under Coach Wilson the last year or two.
You can see his system. High pressure defense, attack the basket, get good shots. You know, even in that timeout, they're up 15, but he's not taking it easy. They're going to press up right here, really kind of going for the kill. That's the danger of calling timeout for Sacred Heart.
And here's another turnover.
Yeah.
Himmelstein, left side, gives it up top. Padula guarded tightly, looking to shake free. Zaccoli to Himmelstein for three. Shots off the mark. Fight for it on the far baseline, and it's going to be Sacred Heart ball.
One thing also, Mike, you might notice if you're watching the game, here in this gym, the outside line, that's the men's three-point line for college, and it's affecting St. Dom's a little bit. They 3-4 times now they've gone behind that line. Official Carl Small took the hit.
Landed on the scorer's table, but no harm, no foul, as they say.
Absolutely.
2 minutes left in the half. Sacred Heart really in need of a bucket right here. Nice look inside.
Oh.
The bank shot won't go from Lyle, but they'll keep the ball.
Tough shot. You needed that one there, but they were able to keep it alive. That's what Sacred Heart needs now. You can't get back in the game 3 possessions. It's one at a time here. Got to get a solid play, solid look, and then hopefully you get it stopped on the defense.
Lyle will put it in. Probet open for three. She buries it.
Big time shot. One of the few open opportunities they've had on a kick and score. Big shot, though, to get them some momentum.
23-11 our score. 1:40 left in the half. Honorado guarded tightly by Forgione, but Forgione's going to pick up the personal.
I'll tell you, Mike, I really like Honorado. She's tough on the glass, takes the ball strong and under control to the basket, forcing Sacred Heart to stop, make stops without fouls, and that's pretty difficult.
Honorado had 15 against St. John the Baptist in the semi, to go with 6 rebounds and 4 assists, so stat stuffer that night.
Basketball IQ.
Zaccoli for Himmelstein for 3. Little strong on the shot. Wrestled for it, and we've got possession arrow keeping the ball with St. Dom.
Great follow right there, though, for Himmelstein. Big play. Keep possession, get a fresh 30-second clock now.
Up top, Padula.
Good D.
But they get it into Honorado. Her bank shot won't go. Kept alive by Zaccoli. Padula. No on the shot, and we've got a loose ball foul.
Little push off there for Arenado. Seems like Sacred Heart just a step short. Honorado's second foul. See if they keep her in the game. Oh, nope. Going to go to the bench. Smart play there by Coach Bianco. You don't want her picking up any kind of cheap third foul, especially up 12.
Replaced by Achelanu, one of the freshmen who comes off the bench for Coach Bianco. He's got 4 of them coming off the bench. Forgione stops and pops, can't get it to go. Achelanu boards. Himmelstein, guarded tightly, can't unleash the shot. Now we've got a foul on Sacred Heart.
Tough scenario there for Sacred Heart. You want to get a stop without a foul. I know, Mike, I keep talking about Liliana Rado. I was going to say she seems like a great basketball player, but a great all-around athlete, and in our notes, she'll be playing soccer at UConn.
So St. John picks up her 3rd. She's going to have to take a seat and is replaced by Coiro as Himmelstein steps to the line. Free throw off the mark.
Great support there by the teammates. Come on in, settle her down. They're telling her just make the second one here.
And she does.
That's what seniors do.
24-11, St. Dom's on top. 31 seconds left. If you're Sacred Heart, you got to finish strong here with a basket. Lyle tries to go inside. And they'll keep the ball. Looked like Coiro dribbled it off her foot.
It did, but a generous call there. 20 seconds left on the shot clock, 21 on the game.
Shot blocked by Achelanu. Back the other way is St. Dom's. They'll slow and wait for one shot here.
Calling out one, spreading it out.
Knox cross court to Zaccoli. Zaccoli drives 1-on-2 and picks up the contact.
That's a tough one right there. St. Dom's did a great job. Coach Bianco said spread it out. Ran it down. 3 seconds you see here. Good drive, good help. But yeah, grab a little bit of the arm right there. Best case scenario for St. Dom's, worst case scenario for Sacred Heart.
Zaccoli hits the first, 14-point bulge. Coppola's into the game for St. Dom's. Good on 2 of 2.
3 seconds, probably a little token pressure here. They just don't want them to get something easy off. No fouls.
Coiro, couple dribbles, now launches, and that's going to do it for the first half. So our score at the end of one half, St. Dom's 26, Sacred Heart Academy 11. We'll be back with some halftime coverage right after this on T&D Sports Video.
Experience. Trusted. Proven. Excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production. The industry standard. T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Pumps it inside to Kieran. Kieran launches the great. She hits. Robinson looks for help. Priester drives, banks it home. And that's going to do it. Sacred Heart with a convincing 10-point victory.
Top of the key. Williams attacks right, spins, kicks it out. Chris Williams fakes, drives, and throws it down! Chris Williams with the right hand. View tries baseline, stops, kicks it out. Taylor left corner three. Bottom! Big time delivery from James Taylor Jr. Moore at half court, poised for the tie! No good! And St. John the Baptist is moving on to the championship.
Pumps it inside to Kieran. Kieran launches the great. She hits. Robinson looks for help. Priester drives, banks it home. And that's going to do it. Sacred Heart with a convincing 10-point victory.
Experience. Trusted. Proven. Excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production. The industry standard. T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Pumps it inside to Kieran. Kieran launches the great. She hits. Robinson looks for help. Priester drives, banks it home. And that's going to do it. Sacred Heart with a convincing 10-point victory.
Williams, top of the key. Williams attacks right, spins, kicks it out. Chris Williams fakes, drives, and throws it down! Chris Williams with the right hand. View tries baseline, stops, kicks it out. Taylor left corner three. Bottom! Big time delivery from James Taylor Jr. Moore at half court, poised for the tie! No good! And St. John the Baptist is moving on to the championship.
Experience. Trusted. Proven. Excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production. The industry standard. T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Pumps it inside to Kieran. Kieran launches for three. She hits. Robinson looks for help. Priester drives, banks it home. And that's going to do it. Sacred Heart with a convincing 10-point victory.
Williams top of the key. Williams attacks right, spins, kicks it out. Chris Williams fakes, drives, and throws it down. Chris Williams with the right hand. View drives baseline, stops, kicks it out. Taylor left corner three. Bottom! Big time delivery from James Taylor Jr. Moore at half court, poised for the tie. No good! And St. John the Baptist is moving on to the championship.
Pumps it inside to Kieran. Kieran launches for three. She hits. Robinson looks for help. Priester drives, banks it home. And that's going to do it. Sacred Heart with a convincing 10-point victory.
Experience. Trusted. Proven. Excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production. The industry standard. T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Top of the key. Williams attacks right, spins, kicks it out. Chris Williams fakes, drives, and throws it down. Chris Williams with the right hand. View drives baseline, stops, kicks it out. Taylor left corner three. Bottom! Big time delivery from James Taylor Jr. Moore at half court, poised for the tie. No good! And St. John the Baptist is moving on to the championship.
Start of the second half about to get underway here from St. Joseph's in this Catholic League Championship A Division. Mike Trezor, Mike Adone, and Coach Paul Bianco's St. Dom squad doing what you'd expect them to do. It's a senior-laden squad. They're carrying out his game plan perfectly, really turning up the heat defensively on that side of the ball.
Absolutely. As you take a look at Coach right there. First quarter, it really wasn't translating to offense, but in the second quarter, you could see every time they got a stop, 3-on-1s, 4-on-2s, and then they started to find the range just a little bit from three-point land.
And if you're Coach Bob Speck, Mike, you know, this is what happens. You can talk all you want about freshmen gelling during the course of a season, but it's still a postseason game. It's still in a college gym, and these are young kids. What can he do to get his team some better looks and stop turning the ball over?
Well, I think what he's got to do first is just tell them, just take a breath. Try to beat the pressure, and once you get it over, you can't make up a 15-point lead in, as I mentioned before, 3 possessions. 1 possession at a time. Slow the game down a little bit, even though the pressure's coming from St. Dominic's. They want the game to go fast. Sacred Heart's got to slow it down, get a couple of rebounds, a charge here, there, and you're right back in the game. But this first 3 to 4 minutes is really crucial for Sacred Heart to get back in this game, or else it could be a tough one.
Yeah, you take a look at Maggie Miller, making sure she's buttoned up on that far sideline. She'll put it in for Sacred Heart to start the second half. Forgione stays in for Sacred Heart, but here's a steal by Honorado.
Tough right there. There's her name again.
Padula dribbles at midcourt. Near steal by Sacred Heart. Miller. Zaccoli, 1 dribble in, then launches. Shots off the mark. St. John boards.
No harm done right there with that shot. Get another solid possession. Only 30 seconds in.
Here's another steal by St. Dom's. Good ball movement and banked in by Knox.
St. Dom's just a half step quicker on everything. Pressure is tough.
Another near turnover, and here comes a turnover.
You see, great job keeping her head up, down the floor. Fantastic bounce pass, so underutilized these days. The finish gets it up to a 17-point lead.
Padula just inside the arc. That shot's no good. It's boarded by Crobet. Crobet all the way. Nice dish on the right side. Menard with the shot. That shot's no good, but we've got contact and a whistle inside.
Good find, good kick out, but once again, shooters are behind the college men's three-point line. I think it's throwing them off just a touch. Everybody's coming up short.
And to be fair, Mike, that inside line is very light in color.
It is. It's tough, and it goes on the top of the key, and you lose it.
Honorado looks baseline. Now it's back outside. Left wing 3, no good. And another board by Crobet as she's grabbed.
Heather Crobet having a good first minute and a half here for Sacred Heart, stepping up, taking a little pressure off Maggie Miller.
Miller to Menard. Cross-court pass. Good ball movement. Crobet's shot is blocked.
You know, Mike, they did a great job getting it over, but still only had 20 seconds. You see the kick here, making the extra pass, but great closeout by St. Dom's.
Sophia Menard is going to put it in play. For St. John. Drives the baseline. Her shot is blocked, but we've got a whistle. That's going to go on Padula.
Tough call there on Padula, but good balance. Took the ball to the baseline. A little late on the help. But that's what you do. You got to take the seams, attack, and hopefully get yourself on the foul line, get the clock stopped, and make a couple.
Second on Padula. First on the team. Miller good at the line. Well, I should say St. John at the line. Can't hit the second one, but battling for that rebound is Forgione.
Fortunate bounce for Sacred Heart. They get another possession.
Forgione was in there to start this half. I think Speck likes her off the bench. St. John, shot's no good. Halfway down, but won't go the rest of the way.
Boy, did they need that one right there. Tough part about it also here for Sacred Heart, Mike, they're not a pressing team. They can't press up here to try to cut the deficit. So they got to go back on defense and hope to get a stop. But with time a-ticking, that's going to be a difficult task.
Padula has St. John on her. Zaccoli right wing. To Knox, drives baseline. Dishes inside, ball's on the ground. Possession arrow sends it to Sacred Heart.
Good collapsing defense by Sacred Heart right there to cause the held ball. Basically a turnover.
28-12 our score, 6 minutes left in the third.
Good look.
Miller, nice look inside for Gion. Off the glass, won't go. Zaccoli is back the other way. Nice look inside. That shot won't go off the glass. Miller is grabbed. That foul is going to go on Knox.
Tough miss and call on St. Dom's there, but you see, even off a contested shot, they get down 3-on-2 with no issues.
5.5 to go in the third. St. John on the drive. Shot won't fall.
He's going to pick up a foul, trying to make something happen on the offensive glass.
And that's going to be our fourth.
Yeah, that's tough. Got to pull her right now. No choice for Sacred Heart and Coach Bob Speck. Didn't want to do it, but brings in Coiro.
Olivia Coiro called a worker inside by Coach Speck. She's going to have to go to work.
Good back cut.
Honorado floats it up. Shot's no good. Zaccoli in the lane against two. Her shot won't fly. And Sacred Heart gains possession with Miller. And turns it over. Achelanu. Ahead to Honorado. Her shot is blocked. But the follow goes and a foul.
Not to be denied. That's for sure. You see, was thinking she was going to maybe dish it back, but great block, but says, you know what, I'm staying with it. It doesn't matter. I'm going to put it up now and go for three the old-fashioned way.
And Honorado turned around and had a little word with Crobet after that exchange.
Little hip bump there.
Can't hit the free throw. But Achelanu offensive board.
Oh, just a killer. You're going to spread it out now, go 5 out.
Padula has Miller on her. Zaccoli, elbow jumper. Rebounded by Miller. Crobet open in the corner but can't hit it.
And guess who got the rebound? Arenado.
Shot hangs on the rim, won't drop in. Miller's back the other way. Nice dish, but shot won't go for Menard. Underneath is Padula. She was wide open underneath, but couldn't hit the shot.
Game starting to get a little sloppy here, but that's not an issue for St. Dom's, but it is for Sacred Heart because you got to convert on these. They finally get a conventional fast break and weren't able to do it.
We've got a timeout. We'll take a quick step away.
Experience. Trusted. Proven. Excellence. Over 20 years of professional sports video production. The industry standard. T&D Sports Video Production. Whether it's a single game, a whole season, or a college recruitment video, T&D Sports is your one-stop video solution. T&D Sports Video Productions. All sports, all levels, all the time.
Play back underway. Achelanu shot off the glass, no good. And it's going to go Sacred Heart's way.
Finally executed play there, got a good look. No offensive rebound though, so no harm done for Sacred Heart.
So the decision to split these teams up into A and AA is statewide. And if whichever team advances is going to go to a state semi, that's going to be at College of Staten Island, and that is going to be against Moore Catholic. So they know their opponent already. And again, the decision was made all across the state to go A and AA. So this is a Long Island championship, but whoever advances will have another chance to play for states.
And it's a huge advantage playing here. College of Staten Island, where that game is going to be very similar gym, similar setup. Obviously, it goes without saying that having the momentum of winning this game is big. But Sacred Heart burned a quick timeout. They need baskets quickly, or it's going to be, what do they say? It's late early.
Miller launches from the left wing, raises the rim. Nice save, but goes right to Padula. Good ball movement inside, and there is a bucket from Youngcust.
Once again, great lead out there for St. Dom's. Extending the defense.
Coiro draws contact. That foul's going to go on Achelanu.
When that foul happened, Coach Bianco almost jumped out of his sneakers. He said, no need for that. Don't want to stop the clock.
Olivia Coiro at the line.
Another young player here for Sacred Heart, getting valuable experience.
That last foul went on Youngcust, not on Achelanu. 32-13, 3 minutes left in the third. Both these teams, as I mentioned, trying to advance to that state semifinal. That'll be played at College of Staten Island against Moore Catholic.
Good quick turnover there for Sacred Heart. Got to convert it into field goals now. Free throws, 1 out of 2 is not going to help you.
Nice drive by Crobet. She gets it to go.
Very impressive. Heather Crobet. The moment not too big for her. Takes it down the middle and finally gets them on the board for the field goal.
Showing the athleticism like Wayne Crobet on that play.
Tough as nails.
32-15. Himmelstein is bottled up inside. We've got contact, and I believe that's going to go on Forgione.
Really, you can see the experience there by St. Tom's. Not that Sacred Heart was making a run, but they get a basket off of a steal. You know what, St. Tom's comes down. They're not going to rush anything. Let's just work the offense, run some clock, get on the free throw line.
Instead, that foul goes on Lyle. That is her second. Himmelstein at the line. Gets the second one down. Extends to a 19-point lead. Here's a turnover. Padula off the glass shot, won't go. Kept alive, Achelanu. Achelanu is grabbed by Coiro.
Mike, you can see on the offensive end, Sacred Heart's trying anything they can to get some offense going. Sent a double screen that time for the ball. They just can't penetrate the three-point line to get anything going. It's kudos to St. Dom's for what they're doing.
Under 2 minutes to go in the third. Nice dish inside. Lyle had it, gave it up to Coiro, and they turn it over.
Every pass is contested. Every shot's contested, making it just a nightmare scenario right now.
St. Dom's well in control of this game. Looking to add on, Padula. Here's a turnover. Crobet, 1-on-2, stops, pulls up, and drains it.
I'll tell you, I'm very impressed with Heather Crobet. She's going to be quite a player. Under poise right there, looking like a veteran.
She had 9 against Kellenberg. Good balanced scoring that night. Achelanu behind the back. Padula off the glass and in.
Well, the bank is open late here in Patchogue. It's 5:06, but the bank's open.
Left corner 3 from Coiro won't go.
One of the few easy baskets that St. Dom's has given up, but good job by Sacred Heart, staying tough.
Under 30 seconds to go. Padula, bank's not open that time. Lyle is back the other way for Sacred Heart. Miller brings it up. Forgione straight away. Tracked down by Coiro, who's grabbed.
I think they called the travel there, though, Mike. She took a little extra step. Got 9.3 seconds left on the clock. See if Doms can get a quick shot off here.
Nice dish inside.
Perfectly executed. That's a tough one right there.
After 3 quarters, our score, St. Dom's 39-19 over Sacred Heart. We'll take a quick break and be back with the 4th quarter right after this.
Williams, top of the key. Williams attacks right, spins, kicks it out. Chris Williams fakes, drives, and throws it down. Chris Williams with the right hand. View tries baseline, stops, kicks it out. Taylor left corner 3. Bottom! Big time delivery from James Taylor Jr. Moore at half court, poised for the tie. No good! And St. John the Baptist is moving on to the championship.
We've got much more action coming your way, including tonight. We've got a whole nother game, Mike. Our 6 o'clock game will be St. Mary's against St. Anthony's for the AA title. And don't forget, tomorrow night, Mike and I will be with you over at Old Westbury for Holy Trinity against St. John Prep.
Going to be a fantastic game both tonight and tomorrow. Great boys action. St. John's Prep kind of came out of nowhere the last couple of years. Holy Trinity hasn't lost a step. New coaching staff. That's going to be an exciting game. Mike, it's going to be a little quick turnaround for you and me, but this is what it's all about. It is March Madness.
Absolutely. But right here, we've got a 39-19 score as we enter the 4th quarter. Sacred Heart has done their best with this young team up against a lot of pressure that St. Dom's has put on them throughout this game, Mike.
Truly nothing to hang their heads about. They've come right at them, but St. Dom's has just been too tough with pressure D, and the senior leadership, like you said, can't be understated.
A drive by Zaccoli. Zaccoli is not shy at all. The only sophomore out there with a bunch of seniors. Here's St. John. Her shot's off the side of the rim. She gets her own. Rolls around the rim but won't drop in, and Crobette rebounds.
Crobette in the thick of things offensively and defensively.
Nice dish inside, but Cairo couldn't hit the shot, and it's going to go St. Dom's way.
Sacred Heart's going to press up now. They got nothing to lose. We call this high risk, high reward.
Good ball moving inside. Achelanu banks it in.
You have to take that chance, says Sacred Heart. It's tough. If you get the quick turnover, good, but high probability you're going to give up a quick shot.
Cairo is doubled, still gets the shot away, but can't get it in. Zaccoli is back the other way. Here's the drive on the baseline by Mayetta, who's in.
Sweet left-handed drive here. Anticipated, took the hit, went up strong. Heather Crobette on that foul, but once again, she's involved in each play.
As I mentioned, Coach Bianco has all freshmen coming off his bench, Mike. That's going to bode well for him next year, the following year, and the year after that.
Absolutely.
And one of them is that player that was just at the line, Peyton Mayetta.
That's not rebuilding, that's reloading.
Here's a steal by Miller. Miller's going to go in for the easy bucket.
Quick timeout here for Coach Bob Speck. Stop the clock, set the defense. Going to have some subs here for St. Dom's, some players who haven't been in. But it's pretty much all but academic, I believe, at the moment. But once again, they're not going to give up.
You take a look at Coach Speck's huddle, and you see that gentleman to his right. You know who that is, Mike.
Absolutely. That's former St. John star Matt Brust. Last couple of years, Coach had been the boys varsity basketball coach at Oyster Bay. Had done some work in Connecticut as a girls coach. I'm lucky enough, I do a sports program that I used to do with you, and you got me involved, and we got Matt Brust on a couple of weeks ago. After the passing of Coach Lou Carnesecca, he was like a second father to him. But that's the kind of influence that brings gravitas. You're going to listen to a guy who played in the pros, got drafted by the Chicago Bulls, played with Michael Jordan a little bit. It was a quick stint, but just a wealth of knowledge.
Matt Brust, again, one-time St. John star back in the days when the Big East was king, Mike.
Interesting story on Matt. He went to North Carolina, played for Dean Smith, wasn't happy, wasn't really getting much time, and Coach Smith said, "Matt, where do you want to go?" And Matt said, "I'd like to go back to St. John's." And Coach Smith made the call, made it happen, and Matt was always very gracious in his words of praise for Dean Smith.
Yeah, in those days, some coaches would have tried to make it difficult or unusual for you.
Absolutely.
Now, with the transfer portal, it's a snap of the finger.
It's a snap of the finger and a swipe of the credit card.
Padula adds another bucket to her resume tonight. And here's another turnover. This time it's Himmelstein who ends up with it. 44-21, under 6 minutes to go in the game. As we mentioned, the winner will be on their way to College of Staten Island to play Moore Catholic in a state semi in the A division.
Moore Catholic, a perennial powerhouse in the Catholic League. Should be a wonderful game. But this time of year, I mean, that goes without saying. Everybody's a good team, and it's quality basketball.
Shot is off the mark.
Celeste Lyle there getting some action. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Caitlin Timms. Got to give credit where credit is due.
Miller guarded tightly, and Himmelstein lands on her and is going to pick up the personal.
Probably see a little tighter calls here. And it's starting to not getting chippy, but players are frustrated, and rightly so. You know, Mike, we were talking with my team last week. High school basketball, I mean, you're doing workouts over the summer, September, October, you start practicing. It's such a long season. And when you're on the brink of your season ending, it's just tough. You've been together for so long and sacrificed so much.
Miller floats it up, took a hard hit, and hits the floor holding her head.
Yeah, unfortunately the ball, looks like the ball caromed off the rim and hit her right in the head. That's insult to injury right there, but thankfully she's going to stay in the game, and she's good.
Lyle is going to put it into play on the far side, gets it into Miller. Crobet has it poked away, and it's going to go over to St. Dom.
You can see anybody that comes off the bench, though, Mike, for St. Dom's, they're not losing a step defensively. I guess if you can't guard, you're not playing for St. Dom's.
And again, a great position to be in for Coach Bianco, of having just freshmen come off your bench. These are girls that are going to be with him until 2029.
And to give them some experience right now, that's
huge.
It is huge. Whistle off the ball, as I mentioned. The officials doing a good job. They're going to call it a little tighter here in the last couple of minutes, just so there's no frustration, no fouls, nothing silly going on. Wholesale subs now for St. Dom's.
Coppola is back in. She played a couple minutes earlier. Also O'Connor. Four and a half left in the game. St. Dom's comfortably in front. Miller on the drive. Bank shot won't go.
Looks like she absorbed a hit there, but didn't get the call. But D's up strong nonetheless.
Honorado. Turnaround jumper no good. Crobet boards. Crisp ball movement by Sacred Heart. Crobet from the corner. For Giona, offensive board. Her turnaround's no good.
Coach Bianco yelling, settle. He wants solid possessions, run some clock, even with a huge lead. Smart way to play.
3:40 left in the game. Bayhawks by 23. Got a timeout by Coach Bianco. And don't forget, Mike, we've got another game coming your way this evening. For the AA championship, that'll be St. Anthony's Hugh Flaherty squad taking on Kevin White's St. Mary's team. And that should be a good one.
Talk about a tough assignment here in March.
Yeah.
St. Mary's has just been blowing through everybody this year on Long Island. Plays a tremendous schedule outside. St. Anthony's has had a very nice year, good quality program. But this, not that we call the game before it happens, but a tough assignment.
But St. Anthony's, Coach Flaherty really tried to toughen up his team this year by giving them a schedule where they played a lot of city teams, a lot of out-of-league contests.
They played some tough teams on Long Island, Nassau and Suffolk in the Publics. Did everything he could. They're not going to back down, that's for sure.
Not in front of their athletic director, Joe Minucci. He might be looking for a couple players for his his football squad for this fall.
Absolutely.
Got a shot clock violation, and St. Dom's turns it over.
As we say, wholesale substitutions have come in for Sacred Heart. Maggie Miller, though, still staying on the floor. She's probably going to finish it out there. That's where she wants to be as a senior.
Nice putback by Forgione. Corner three, no good. Tracked down by Timms.
Deep.
Miller from way deep. That shot won't go. Forgione tries to stick it back and draws contact.
I think Maggie Miller said, you know what, Coach, are you going to take me out now? I'm a senior and there's 2.5 minutes left. So if you want to pull me, that's okay. But no, seriously, she's earned the right to shoot it whenever and wherever she wants it. Late in the game.
I am going to get out there with a paintbrush between games and darken up that first inside line, the one that goes just behind the top of the cage.
I'm telling you, that's very, very understated because we played a couple of years ago at Hofstra, and they had 3 lines down, and it took us a game and a half to get used to that.
Well, you remember the last time you and I did girls was
Yes.
at Farmingdale. They had the three-point line, the women's three-point line. They had the high school three-point line. It was crazy, and the girls didn't know where the mark was as Timms banks it home.
Tim's getting her name on the score sheet. Getting a timeout. Looks like for subs only here.
Coach Speck telling his team to stay out on the floor. He wants to get a couple girls in there, and he wants to get Maggie Miller out of there. He gets a hug. She gets a hug from her coach as she leaves the floor.
You know, such a bittersweet moment you can see as she goes to the end. She knows her career is over, but what a career that she has had at Sacred Heart. You know, we talk to the players all the time, and it doesn't matter if it's basketball, football, soccer. The last time you put that jersey on and you take it off, it's so emotional. So many good memories, but a tough moment.
Ugbador is in there for Sacred Heart, as is Kylie Lewis. Russo into the game for the first time as well for Sacred Heart, as well as Megan Lagas. Lagas gathers it in the backcourt. Tries to drive baseline. Himmelstein hinders her. Under 2 minutes to go in the game. 46-24. Coach Bianco can start pulling up that GPS, looking for that college of Staten Island. Bank shot goes. Honorado.
You can see she was so excited about that, and I think that will probably be her last shot of the evening as Coach goes to the bench. No, I'm wrong. I'm going to keep her in.
Knox is back in there for St. Dom's. Here's Knox. Wisely backs it out and slows it down, approaching 1 minute to play. Left corner three goes. Honorado again.
So timeout for subs right here. 46.9. You see St. Dom's good ball movement. Deep corner three. Fantastic form, nothing but net. St. Dom's is feeling it now. They know it's all but academic. You're not thinking about the next game. But coaches, before the night is out, I'm sure, start to look at a little film. Start looking forward. On the other side for Sacred Heart, again, nothing to be ashamed of. Young squad. Making this final was a fantastic achievement. Beat a very good Kellenberg club.
Scardina's in there for St. Dom's, as is Young Cust and Coppola. Drive to the hoop, shot won't go, but drawing contact is Shaughnessy.
Kira Shaughnessy to the line.
Coppola picks up the personal. Her second. Shaughnessy good on the first.
Mike, you mentioned earlier before we were getting started about the crowd. Full compliment here on both sides. Great job by the fans taking the ride out tonight. I'm sure we'll have a packed crowd for game 2.
Dominic works it around the perimeter. About a 3-second difference, game and shot. They'll continue to pass it around outside, down to 7 seconds left. And they're going to hold for a shot clock violation, and Sacred Heart will get it one more time.
There it is, Mike, your Class A champion, St. Dominic's, in convincing fashion.
Final score, 52-26, as you watch St. Dominic celebrate. Hugs, high fives, and now good sportsmanship being shown by both teams as they'll join the handshake line.
Tight game early. Sacred Heart came out with a good defensive plan. Shots weren't falling early for St. Dom's. But then, just the experience and the poise of St. Dom's started to pull away. And by halftime, unfortunately, large lead. Sacred Heart came out, gave it a valiant effort, but in the end, there was no doubt. And as the music plays, they are the champions, St. Dominic's Bayhawks.
We'll take a quick break and be back with the award ceremony right after this. Stay with us. He pumps it inside to Kieran. Kieran launches the three. She hits. Robinson looks for help. Priester drives, banks it home. And that's going to do it. Sacred Heart with a convincing 10-point victory.
Offensive Player of the Year from St. Dominic's, Dominic. Presenting the award is our other director, Mr. Chris Muller. If you will be welcome. The Defensive Player of the Year from St. Dominic's, number 11, Leo. We want to recognize the coaching staff of the Sacred Heart and my head coach, Ron Speck, and the team captains to receive the runner-up plaque for the 2025-2026 season. Captains and coaches, please come receive the plaque. Congratulations on a great season. We'd like to congratulate the St. Dominic's Hawks on being the regular season champion for 2025-2026. Chris Muller will present the award to the captains and the coaching staff. And now we're going to do the individual awards. We're going to call out each player from the team. I'd like to welcome